Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate being here today with you. When we first rolled out this package about a month ago, it was a rainy day. We have another rainy day, so I think it only speaks to how much more sunshine we need in Michigan and why we're introducing this legislation. And as we've been talking about FOIA for the last year or so, I'm trying to, harken back to when I first became exposed to FOIA and best understood it. And it was when I was a student at Michigan State University's Journalism School of Journalism, 4 miles away from the Capitol here. And in 2007, I took a class called Journalism and the Law, and we had a FOIA project where each of the students in the class were assigned a county, and from that we had to FOIA, we had to request documents from each county's road commission. I think it was about how much salt was used the prior construction or prior winter season on the roads during icy times. And we had to FOIA request that information and see what the results would be. And it was kind of an innocuous question, it's easy enough for road commission to answer, but the results varied. I think my county was simple enough, gave a quick response. Other counties around the state gave, it's going to cost you a fee, you're going to have to pay this amount in order to get an answer. Other counties simply refused to answer the question, and other counties didn't even respond to the FOIA request. So I think that we have not treated FOIA as seriously as we could have possibly done in this state, and it speaks to this culture of openness, or a lack of openness. When our local governments are subjected to FOIA, but then they can point at us, or they can point at the governor's office and say, well, you don't treat FOIA seriously, you're not even subjected to FOIA, so why should we treat it with any more seriousness than you do? So that's why we've introduced this legislation, to really bring a seriousness to this problem of a lack of transparency. And we've been ranked last, dead last, from the Center of Public Integrity and Global Integrity, failing grades in terms of ethics and transparency in this state. And that's because 48 other states subject their governor and their state legislators to these open transparency laws that we're seeking to include Michigan within. And just like Chairman McBroom said, that when we aren't exposed to FOIA, or when we give people, citizens requesting information, a problem with FOIA, there's this presumption that we have something to hide, even when we don't. So these bills, House Bills 5469 through 5478, provide the expansion of FOIA to the governor's office and the creation of LORA, the Legislative Open Records Act. And that would replicate the parameters of FOIA starting in 2017 to make sure that citizens and journalists alike can hold government accountable. And this legislation does strike the balance between the public's right to know while respecting the privacy of constituents who want to confidentially share personal issues, personal information, and requests with their legislators. But this, I'm so proud today that this has really been a bipartisan effort. This is a nonpartisan problem, and we're taking a bipartisan approach to solve it. Leader Greimel is a co-sponsor among the bills, and Speaker Cotter has called this effort the best reform to FOIA that he's seen. I think that speaks to, through and through, we've approached this with a nonpartisan lens, with no gags, no tricks. It's an honest effort to solve this problem. So I particularly want to thank this partnership that I've had with Rep. McBroom's office. It's been a pleasure working with him on this. We've met, we've revised drafts, we've scrutinized drafts. So I want to acknowledge him and his staff for welcoming me and my staff into your office for long sessions and working on this legislation, and our legal counsels. Hassan, the legal counsel for your party, and Patty, the legal counsel for our party, who've put a tremendous amount of effort into this. And I think this package has the momentum to go all the way, and we're looking forward to more bipartisan support as it goes through the process.